Right, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Stupid StreamYards. You pay them all this money and they're bloody hopeless. It's hopeless, these StreamYards. Can you hear me now? We'll start again, shall we? Hey up, it's Stephen, that old Yorkshire geek. Welcome to episode 163 of Friday Night Appointment with Fear. And this week, we're looking at Five Nights at Freddy's. Can't see it for the bloody reflection. Five Nights at Freddy's. One. The second one is out. I know you can get it on streaming to buy or rent. I think it's still at some cinemas as well, I think. And yes, Princess is here helping me, aren't you? Being my parrot on my shoulder. But yes, that's what we're doing tonight. Anyway, Five Nights at Freddy's 1. I do have one of the games. There it is. Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted. Didn't like it. I've got to admit, I don't understand the games, but never mind. I don't think they were made for me. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I didn't get very far into it, and I thought, oh, Nelly's to this. I think it might be on my channel. I think I did try playing it with a stream in it, and I didn't get very far. And I went, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, and turned it off. Right, but before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell if you're subscribed already. We're live on YouTube, yeah, and we're live on Rumble, yeah, and we're live on Twitch, yeah. Don't know why I keep doing Twitch. Explore the description, where are we? There we go. For links for stuff like merch. I've had to put my jacket on because it's blooming cold. I've got the fire on and everything. Merch and my books. Oh, come here. Where are they? Oh, they're under, I should have them ready, shouldn't I? But they're under here. My books, Mercury, I can't even say it. Mercury Rapids, light-hearted sci-fi action adventure about UFOs and stuff. A silent predator, short horror novella about genetically engineered big cats eating people in the North Yorkshire village. On Amazon Kindle and paperback, give them a whirl. What else? Also links for my social medias and stuff like that. My Spotify, etc. And become a member and you get early access videos and exclusive videos. I put a video out today for members first about maybe they found the new James Bond, maybe. And all that stuff, right. And super chats and super thanks be greatly appreciated, right. Right, so Five Nights at Freddy's, as I said, based on the popular video games, not popular in this house, but our series of video games. Apparently there's loads of them. I've got one and I didn't like it. But directed by, came out, when did it come out? 2023. Directed by Emma Tammy. Screenplay by Scott Cawthorne. I think he invented the series, I think, of games. And it stars Josh Hutcherson, Elizabeth Lale, Piper Rubio, Mary Stuart Masterson, Matthew Lillard, and a bunch of other people you've never heard of. In the sequel, in the second one, we get Matthew Lillard in it again, spoilers, but we also get, I forget his name now, Skeet Ulrich, is that how you pronounce it? Skeet Ulrich, I don't know how you pronounce it. His co-star in Scream. So there we go. That's in the second one anyway. Music by the Newton Brothers, and the song over the opening credits were like a fan-made song by some pop group. It says here somewhere. I've forgotten. Anyway. Where is it? I've never seen it. The Living Tombstone. Five Nights at Freddy's by the Living Tombstone, which were a fan song. And Wingray says, I did not get notified. YouTube is being very hit and miss with its notifications these days. I don't get notifications for a lot of things as well. Adam Gamer did a stream the other day. I didn't get a notification for that, so I didn't see his stream, which is a shame. But yeah, it's been a bit poo, is YouTube. Lately, I blame AI. That's what I do. Do you blame AI, Princess? She does. She blames AI as well. Did you hear her? Right, so, I haven't finished this, have I? Had a budget of $20 million, which is quite a lot, because it's a Blumhouse film. The budgets for Blumhouse films have started going up, haven't they? Have you noticed? Same with the A24 films. Their budgets have started going up as they've got more successful, I suppose. That's what happens. But it had a box office of nearly 300 million, because it's a horror film. I think it's might still be Blumhouse's most successful flick. But so the sequel got greenlit and came out this year, and I'm guessing a third one is coming out. Let's have a look, see what it says. Because spoilers, it does end. The second one does end on a leading into a third one. Let's see what it says. See what it says. Does it say we're getting a third one? Does it say we're getting a third one? It doesn't say. It doesn't say. But I bet we do. The second one was ranked in Variety, ranked second in the worst movies of 2025. That's a bit harsh. I thought it were all right. But that's the second one. No, there's nothing says about a third one. I bet they do a third one, because it leaves it open for a third. And how did it do? It did okay at the box office. It had a bigger budget than the first one, up to $50 million, but it still did 230 odd million at the box office, whatever it's getting on streaming. So there you go. But enough of that. Enough of talking about the second one. Let's get on with the first one. We're not going to watch it, obviously, because YouTube will go mental. Although I'm thinking about starting to do, watch parties more often. Where I hide half the image and just show like the bottom part with the subtitles for you to follow. But we'll see. But not for this. Not for Friday Night, Apart with Fear or Magnificent Mondays as a separate thing. But I'm just thinking of it. Right, so we'll get on with it, shall we? We're going to go through it in a series of stills and talk about the flick. I don't know a huge amount about it. But I've watched the Blu-ray. There's not a huge amount of extras on it. There's no commentaries. There's like some behind-the-scenes featurettes, but they don't shed much light onto the making of the film, unfortunately. But never mind. Right, so I'll put myself down in the corner, and off we jolly well go. We shall begin. Have I muted it? Yes, I have. Right. Off we go. Peacock. It says Peacock. This is ripped from streaming. Universal. I see that it's glitching out because it's all about machines and stuff. It wasn't the first film of this nature to come out. I think the Banana Splits film came first by a few years, by about 5 or 6 years, I think, which I really liked, that Banana Splits film. But allegedly that was supposed to be Five Nights at Freddy's, but then I think it was Warner Brothers that brought it out, lost the rights or whatever to Five Nights at Freddy's, so they changed it to the Banana Splits movie. And then the Nicolas Cage film Willy's Wonderland, that came out before this as well, which is a very similar movie, and it is a lot of fun. And I don't think it has a line of dialogue in. I don't think, or maybe just one. It doesn't say a lot in it. Ingrid says, I heard it's a Minecraft set video game movies back another decade. I said, I've not really played Minecraft either. I've dabbled, but not got very far into it, so I can't really talk about it. Yes, the Nick Cage one too, Willy's Wonderland. Could you throw it? You can't really throw in the Child's Play remake, so that's about animatronic stuff in it, but just one of them. Anyway, never mind. Right, so where were we? Universal, off it goes. Glitching out. I do like the Blumhouse. What do they call it? Logo. It's not a logo, is it? What do they call it? Intro, whatever, because it shows Michael Myers back there. What's that? Is that a dog or a pig? I don't know what that is. I don't know. I'm looking for clues. I'm looking for, is that supposed to be Jesus up there? I don't know. And them, are they from, I don't know, Strangers? I've no idea. I've only seen Strangers once, and I can't remember what happens in it. That's the lipstick-faced demon from Insidious. There's that thing there from something else. I'm blanking. I can't remember. Anyway, right. Off. Are we going now? Yes, we're going now. We're off. We see a man doing things with a vent grate, because in America, all the vents in every building you can just climb in for some reason. But never mind. So here we go. Right, so here we are. We're at Freddy's now. Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, whatever it's called. And he's obviously a security guard. Apparently that's from the game, the Celebrate poster. I don't know, I can't remember. I don't know if it's in this one. Where is it? That one. Where are we? There we go. I don't know if it's in that one, but because I can't remember, because I didn't like it. Anyway, he's up to something, isn't he? Is he trying to escape, or is he just having a mooch about? I don't know. I think he might be trying to escape. He's probably seen something, things going on these monitors. You know what? I never really noticed, to be honest. Can we see anything on the monitors? I couldn't see anything. Anyway, off he goes. Oh, I might see something now. Are we going to see something? Are we going to get scared? No, we're not. Anyway, off he goes. Ends up out there, and he's going to get got. Don't worry. Here he is, having a look around, getting chased by something. I think we're hearing footsteps and stuff, and behind him. And me, have a listen. We're hearing, I think it's Foxy we're hearing. Do you even know what Chuck E. Cheese is over there? We don't have them. I've heard of them. I think the most famous thing about Chuck E. Cheese is the, I forgot his bloody name now, from Red Letter Media. There's that photo of him as a kid. Rich Evans, thought of him as a kid at a Chuck E. Cheese, that they made famous. But no, we don't have Chuck E. Cheese over there. Well, I don't think we do. I've never seen one. Where are we? Oh, yes. So it's getting got. I think this is Foxy that's getting him, that's humming along. But I could be wrong. Anyway, presumably gets knocked out. He wakes up to find himself strapped in a chair, and then I'm not sure what's going on here, to be honest. It doesn't really explain it. There's a lot of things in this that it doesn't explain in this film. Maybe it gets explained in the games. I don't know. But anyway, there's some sort of, it's like Saw, the film Saw, some sort of things heading for him with all whirring blades and stuff. There it is. It's obviously going to mash his face up, isn't it? And he's going to get got. He can't get out. And we hear him screaming, and then all the lights are going on. So, scary stuff's happening at Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. And here we see some pictures on the wall that kids have drawn, because it's for the kids. Yeah, oh, there we go. And here we see the yellow rabbit with the kids, holding hands with the kids, and that's a portent of, I don't know, of something or other. The yellow rabbit. And then we cut to a video game footage. There it is, like 8-bit footage of stuff going on. Hang on, we see something there. Is that a clue as to what's going to happen? Because we see the yellow rabbit again. There it is. But we see it taking its head off. I'm sure we do at some point, do we? Have I missed it? Have I gone past it? I'm sure I saw it. Maybe it was just... Oh, there we go. So is that a clue? Because it says there, you can't see it's from my fat head, but it says, and Matthew Lillard. That's a bit of a clue to what's going to happen later in the film, because we see the yellow rabbit taking its head off. Spoilers. Anywho. Right, so we're going to get through the credits. And then we go, 5 Nights at Freddy's. Right, so we wake up to Mike Schmidt. I don't know how accurate this is to the game, by the way. I don't know if there's a Mike Schmidt in the game. I have no idea. Or the game series, I don't know. But his alarm's gone off. Getting up. And Mike Schmidt, obviously, he's got a book about dream theory. He spends half this film trying to sleep and dream about specific things. Lucid dreaming, I suppose. But you see, he's got a tape in there that he listens to. And some pills that help him sleep. For reasons that we're going to get up to. So anyway, so he's obviously, he's not like me. He gets up straight away, does some push-ups. I get up, fart, and just think, shall I get washed today? I do. But I'll just get back into bed. But no, he's up and at him. Here he is. He's getting his sister up now, because we learned that, I forgot her name now, Abby. Is it Abby? I had to check. I've forgotten. Yes, Abby. Not Abby from... I forgot which one Abby were in. Were Abby in Let the Right One In or Let Me In? I can't remember. She's not the vampire Abby. She's just a regular girl called Abby, which is his sister. Because we learn that they're orphans, essentially. Even though he's an adult, she's a lot younger than him. I don't know how much younger. I don't know how old he's supposed to be. I mean, it could be anything from like 22 to 30 or whatever. It's one of these weird ages. I don't know how old he is. And she's obviously only about 9 or 10, I think. But so there's a big gap between them. But we learn that both the parents are dead. Oh, well, actually, we're not sure. The mother's died, but we don't know what's happened to the dad. It doesn't tell us. Or if it does, I missed it. It says later on, our mother died, and then it says something. Dad couldn't handle it or something, and then it doesn't tell us. Did he leave or did he Minecraft himself or what? I don't know, but it might as well be. I think they've passed on. I think both of them. So he's got custody of his sister. But we learn that one of the aunties, his Auntie Jane, she wants custody of Abby. But not for love, for monetary reasons. Anyway, so there we go. She's built a tent thing in there. I don't know why. It doesn't explain it. But we learn she's got friends that she talks to, and I'm not sure if these are the friends she's talking to later. I think they are. So she's got ghosts that she talks to, I think. Anyway, so he's getting her up, and there we go. So he's got to go to work. She's obviously got to go to school, whatever. So he goes to work. He's working as a security guard at a mall. I don't know where this is supposed to be set, but it was filmed in Louisiana, entirely in Louisiana. But I don't know where it's supposed to be set. I think it's supposed to be any town USA sort of place. And he's working at security in the mall. And one of his workmates is going through the book. He's obviously telling him. He's got a tiny little head, hasn't he? He was massive. I wouldn't want to meet him. He did tie me up like a pretzel. One he's huge, but with a tiny little head. Anyway, I'm sure he's a lovely fella. And he says a little story, and I thought, oh yes, that's me, and I can't remember what he talks about. Right, we'll have to listen. Oh, that were it. He's talking about memories. And he says, summer of '82, I traded a mint condition Carl Ripken Jr. rookie, I presume baseball card, I don't know, for a used copy of Missile Command. He says that card's probably worth $800 now. I remember when I was at school, probably about the same time. No, before. It'll have been about 1978, 79. We'll say 78. I sold, I think it was the first 10 copies of 2000 AD to my mate for 50p. And I spent it all in the tuck shop at school. And I bought like 10 bags of Space Raiders or whatever. They're crisps. And now those early copies of 2000 AD, if they're in good nick, go for lots of money. So that struck a chord. But he's talking about, because what Mike is trying to do is he's going into his dreams. He's trying to reconstruct a memory from his past in his dreams. I don't know if that's a thing that he can do, but that's what he's trying to do. And he's talking about that. If he could change that memory, he'd go back and give himself a stiff talking to. Anyway. Right, so Mike goes for some ice cream. And then we see this woman. I don't know what she's got to do with it, but he notices this kid standing there, does Mike, while he's waiting for his ice cream. He sees this kid standing there, looking a bit lost. And then he notices some bloke grab him, there we go, and drag him off. So he's like, oh, abduction in process. So he goes racing after him. And dives on him, hey, woo, and beats him up in the fountain. And it turns out it's the kid's dad. We all knew that was going to happen, didn't we? We all knew it was going to be his dad. So I presume he gets fired, and he ends up in the employment exchange. I think that's what this is supposed to be. Wingrace says, that's why I'm a hoarder. My biggest failure is when my friend tried to get me into Bitcoin 10 years ago. Oh dear. I've never done a Bitcoin or any of the digital currency. I don't even understand it. Although I did get an email yesterday from Rumble. We are live on Rumble, aren't we? Yes, we are, but nobody's dropped anything in the chat yet. About my Rumble wallet, which I haven't activated or anything. I've never got a penny from Rumble because I don't get enough views. But that was going on about Bitcoin as well. I wonder what to do with a Bitcoin. Anyway, where were we? Oh, yes. So he's in the job centre, employment exchange, whatever you call them over there, looking for more work. So he gets called, and he ends up in front of, there we go, career counsellor Steve Raglan. Oh, he's Matthew Lillard. There he is. He turns round. It's weird seeing these people that you saw as young actors and stuff. Because I know Matthew Lillard from the Scream films and the first one, and Scooby-Doo. He played Shaggy in Scooby-Doo and Wing Commander and all these other films. And now he's kind of looking not much younger than me. But here he is as the career counsellor. He does have a secret, by the way, that we get to later. So anyway, he's talking about him, beating up the fella. And we learn that he gets sacked a lot, it seems. He doesn't last long in jobs. He's got a quick temper and all that stuff, which I suppose doesn't do him much good when he's trying to hang on to custody of his sister. But anyway, so he finds out he's got a job that he can offer him, but it's nights, and he says, I can't work nights. I don't know why I can't. Well, because he wants to sleep at night, doesn't he? To do this dream thing, to get this memory back. Turns out, spoilers, the memory he's trying to reconstruct is the abduction of his little brother, Garrett, when he were a kid. His little brother were abducted, and he saw it happen, but he's trying to he says, I know who did it. I know I saw who did it, but I can't remember, and that's what he's trying to reconstruct. Well, it was with a hypnotist or something, but anyway, I don't know. He's trying to do it himself. But he says, I can't work now. So off he goes. This way he's telling him. Security gig at Freddy Fazbear's on nights. We remember what we saw, what happened to the security guard earlier on. So he says there's high turnover, that people don't stay long. Anyway, he refuses it. He says, I can't work nights. So off he goes. Back home. That a note on his front door. What does it say? Is it going to show us? Oh, notice of delinquency. Oh, right. I don't remember this bit of the film. This is I can't bloody read it. Hang on. This is a notice of delinquency. If you do not respond to this... What does it mean? If you do not respond to this letter... Oh, whatever, I can't read it. What does it mean, delinquency? It's not like he's been evicted or out, is it? I'm not sure what it means. Anyway, so he's gone home. So there she is, doing her drawings. She likes drawings and drawing all her friends and all that stuff. He's trying his best, but she's been a bit of a brat, I must admit. She does love her brother, but she's been a bit of a brat. And she's not helping things, to be honest. But anyway. So, right. It's me severely overdue. Oh, right. So it is like a pre-eviction letter or something, is it? Right. Fair enough. Where were we? Right. So he's popping his pills, puts in his nature sounds. He's going to go to sleep and do his dreaming. And then he looks up. He's got that's stuck to his bedroom ceiling. A picture of some trees and Visit Nebraska. So I'm guessing that's where he were abducted from. His little brother. I don't know if it says, but off he goes. There we go. He sees his little brother. They're having a barbecue. That's his mother, and his dad's there as well. And then he sees him driving off, and he sees his little brother in the back of this car. Hang on, he's going to show it. Go on, show it. Hang on. It does show it. It might show it later. Sees his little brother in the back of the car. He goes chasing after him. Oh, there we go. And then I presume his alarm goes off. So he takes Katie to school. She's not doing well at school. Now he's at some sort of meeting. This is Aunt Jane. It's obviously, I don't know if it's dad's sister or mother's sister or what, I don't know. Maybe it tells us. But she wants custody of Abby. But not because she loves it. She's not a nice person. She wants it for the money that you get in childcare and all that stuff. Anyway. So she's gonna, she's threatening to take him to court and all that. There we go. We've got court matters. Look, family court matter. Response to other parties. Request to change child custody. Can we read it? Does it say? There we go. I don't know. Never mind. So there we go. She's threatening to take him to court. Anyway, so he's talking to the counsellor or whatever, saying that he loves his sister and is doing his best and all that, and but she's not listening to him because she's saying she's struggling at school, and then she was saying she talks to air more than she talks to me, as in her imaginary friends. Anywho, so I think she's basically telling you've got to get a job and pay your rent and all that stuff. Show that you're a responsible adult and all that stuff. So there you go. He phones him up and says, "I'll take that job." Right, that's what he's doing. Right, so he's got the job at Freddy's. There you go. This place was huge in the 80s with the kids. It's been closed down because there was a scandal, which seemed to be a thing for these Freddy Fazbears. Because in the second one, there's a different Freddy Fazbears that was shut down because of a scandal. But anyway, of a different sort, but had a similar outcome. Anywho, so what does he say? Why do they need the security? It's been shut down for years. The only reason they haven't given it the old wrecking ball treatment is the owner's a bit of he's kind of a sentimental guy. Spoilers, it's him. Anyway. Right, so in he goes for his first night. Remember, it's called 5 Nights at Freddy's. You know what? I've never counted the number of nights he stays there. So we'll have to do it now, won't it? So I'm guessing this is night 1. I'll probably forget. So keep track of these nights when he goes to work. Does he spend 5 nights there? I have no idea. Never counted it. I've seen it about 3 or 4 times. I've never thought to count how many nights he stays there. Anywho, right, so in he goes. Freddy Fazbear's. Turns on the electric. Everything comes on. Look, everything still works. And there we go. So, basically all he's got to do is just keep an eye on the monitors, make sure, hobos don't break in or whatever, and all that stuff. Make sure everything's hunky-dory. That's what he does. And basically he's just going to go to sleep. Because he's an idiot. You don't go to work. How can you go to work to go to sleep? I don't know. But anyway, never mind. I wouldn't dare. I'd be frightened of something happening. But anyway, while I was asleep. But he does. I was watching the video, the orientation video about what went on there at Freddy's back in the day. So there we go. Cutting edge animatronics. As Wingrace said, like at Chuck E. Cheese. But anywho. Right, so off he goes to get ready. All right, he opens up a locker and that thing smiles at him. I presume it's got a name. We see it again later in the film. Was there a name there? Oh, it says balloons. Is that the name of the character? I have no idea. But it's a little teeny tiny one, and he gets his security vest, and off he goes doing his rounds, and all that. We do see that. Basically, we see that the animatronic characters. Don't ask me the names. I know there's that one called Foxy, and there's Chica, and Freddy, but I don't know the others. There's that. There's one that's like what they got, like a muffin. Anyway. But anywho. So off he goes, checking out the stuff. Right, so he looks behind the curtain, sees one of the animatronics there. Don't ask me which ones they are, I don't know, but there they are. Presumably defunct. Right, 3 a.m. He's thinking, right, I'm gonna settle down and have some kip, and he's gonna have a dream, I think, is he? Yes, he is. He's off dreaming. Same dream again. There we go. Oh, there we go. I knew we got a view of his brother in the back seat of the car, but obviously we can't see who it is because they've got a hood. But then I think there we go. Then he sees some other kids there, and there's a kid with like rabbit ears, and there's a kid with a hook, and a kid with a top hat, and a little girl, and that's it. We see some of the animatronics bear similarities to these kids. There's an animatronic with a hook for a hand and all that, so you know what's happening. Right, so is anything happening on the monitors? I don't think so, is it? I don't think so. That, by the way, in the game, that's what you have to do in the game. You have to watch the monitors. You're in a security room. You have to watch the monitors, and then I don't know what you're supposed to do because things happen on the monitors, and you've got to do something before the animatronics get you. And I couldn't figure it out. I genuinely didn't know what I was supposed to do. So I kept getting got because I thought I don't know what I'm supposed to do. So I turned it off. Anyway, right, so, but they won't talk to him, they disappear, look, and he don't know what to do, and he falls off his chair, and, right, so that's his first night. So he gets home, this is Max, I think it's Max, the babysitter. Yes, it is Max, the babysitter, who's been looking after Abby. That says, hey, Max. So off she goes, and... don't pay her. I do intend on paying you eventually, because remember it's his first day. But she says, I know you'll pay. I know where you live. But it turns out the kind of duplicity. Max is kind of duplicitous. She's working for Aunt Jane. But anyway, right. So, there's Max with Aunt Jane. Apparently, this waiter is a YouTuber, but I can't remember who. I don't know him. But apparently he did a lot of Five Nights at Freddy's game videos and stuff on YouTube. So he got a part in the film because of that. Anyway, so Aunt Jane is employing Max basically to spy on Mike and Abby. She's wanting evidence so that she can, hand it to the court and say that he's not fit. The game theory guy, I don't know, but he retired from youth. Well, he's an actor now. He's been in a big film. It'll be in here somewhere, won't it? Hang on, let me check. There's another one as well. There's popular Let's Play YouTuber Corey Williams of Corey X Kenshin appears as a cab driver. We'll see him later. He's also in the second one, I must admit. But there's the fella who plays the waiter. Let me find it here somewhere. Cameo, here we go. Matthew Patrick, YouTuber Matt Pat, appears as a waiter called Ness. A famous YouTube video of his is titled Is Sans Ness? That famous, I've never even heard of him. Matt Pat also says his signature catchphrase, it's just a theory. Fair enough, so that's him. Anyway, where was I? Oh, right, she's employing Max to spy on Mike to get evidence that he's not a fit carer of Abby. But she can't find anything. Apparently, he's going out to work and she's babysitting for him, and she's basically saying, everything's fine. But anyway. He was famous for the quote, but that's just a theory, a blank theory. Oh, okay. I've never heard of him. Anyway, so that's Max's brother, but she says she's going to pay him $1,000 basically to go over to Freddy Fazbear's and smash up the place so that Mike will get fired. There you go. They want the proof of criminal endangerment. So that's what she's hiring them to do. To go over and smash the place up. There we go. So her nephew gets canned. They ask for $2,000. She says, "I'll pay you $1,000." And so that's what they're going to do. Meanwhile, he's jumping up on his bed. He's trying to get his poster off the wall. I presume well, it takes it into work. It actually rips it, but he takes it into work to help him go to sleep or whatever. But Abby's got his security vest on, and he says, "I need that for work," and she says, "I know, I'm coming with you." He says, "You're not coming with me." So they have a bit of a to do, but then Max arrives for the babysitting shift, and then he says she gets the thing back and says, "She's all yours." So there's off night two. There he goes. He's got his poster up on the wall. See, it's ripped. So he's probably asleep already. I bet he is. Is he? Come on, show us him. Oh, look, through one of the security cameras, dun, dun, a shadow appears on the wall. Dun, dun, dun. Yes, he's asleep. He's not a good employee, is he, really, to be honest? But anyway. I can't say anything else. I must admit, once, I think I only did it once. I once worked nights at a computer place, and it was a quiet night. There wasn't a lot to do, so I wasn't in charge. So I devolve all authority to the shift leader. Sorry, Graham. He said, we've no on, so we might as well just go home and get a couple of hours sleep, and then come back in, before the next shift comes in, and and nobody will know any better. So we did that, and I slept in. I was late coming in, and my shift leader were running about doing all my work as well as his own. So that never happened again. Dear. But anyway, but I won't fall asleep at work. I'm not like what's the name of that comedian? That British comedian, Mickey, like a Cockney comedian. He once did a bit where he said he used to work at a place where they had a sleeping cupboard. Come on, Mick. Trying to get in the sleeping cupboard where they're going for sleep for an hour in the sleeping cupboard. Anyway, I digress. Right, so he's asleep again. So I presume he's going to have another dream. There we go. He's watching the car drive away. Then he sees the other kids, tells them not to run. And they start to talk to him. And all that. He wants to know who's in the car, but they run off. So he goes after them, but he doesn't catch them, and then he wakes up. There's loads of interference, look, on all the monitors, and stuff's happening, look. Right, so anyway, then there's somebody knocking on the door. He hurts himself here, and I don't know how. I missed it. Does it happen here? Let me check. I don't know how it happens. He injures his arm, and I don't know how he does it. Because he goes to answer the door. Does it happen there? No, it doesn't happen there. And this is where we meet Vanessa, who's a police officer. Do you say cupboard instead of a closet, or do you have both? It depends. We don't use the word closet very often, to be honest. But yeah, we say cupboard more often than not. Even though it is more like sometimes. Even like another room where you keep things, we'd call that a cupboard, whereas Americans would call it a closet. So yeah, we're weird. A cupboard. Oh, all right, princessy, what are you up to? You're going to climb on my shoulder? I forgot what to say now. A cupboard could either be like a cupboard with plates and stuff in and glasses and all that. Crockery, that sort of a cupboard in the kitchen, or it could be an entire room. Anyway, where were we? I'm trying to see where he hurt his arm. He hurts his arm here somewhere. There we go. There's a police car outside. And he goes to, I don't see how he's hurt his arm. Because he goes to answer the door. She says, "You've hurt your arm," and he's got a big massive gash. I'm going to have to go back and see where he hurt his arm. Maybe he doesn't even know. Does it? It's not like a Nightmare on Elm Street thing, is it? Where it happened in his dream. Just bear with me while I look. Cause it's there, look, his arm's hurt. It's ripped there. So how's this happened? There are some things, I must admit, in this film that don't make sense. Or maybe it happened before, I don't know. Or is he being got? Look, hang on. Right, so the kid does some scary things. Go back again. Scary, screaming at him. Does his arm get injured in his dream? That does, yeah. And then it's Nightmare on Elm Street, isn't it? It's happened in real life, or does one of the animatronic things come in the room and got him? I don't know. I don't think it tells us. I don't think it tells us. Maybe it's on the monitors. Who knows? Anyway, so that's how he's hurt his arm. He's done it in his dream, like it's Freddy Krueger's out to get him. Is there any clues? Any clues anywhere? But all the monitors are freaking out. Look, I'm looking to see if there's that little one they saw in the locker. See if did that do it? I can't see it anywhere. Can you? Anyway, whatever. Right. So anyway, goes to answer the door, and it's Vanessa, who's a police officer. She says, it's on her rounds. Is this this place that obviously she's very pretty, and she goes in and says she'll deal with his wound because she's an EMT, and anyway, she tells him all about the place and the stuff that happened there back in the day when she was little. Kids went missing, and that's why the place shut down. But she never says what happened to the owner. But we'll find that later. Anyway, but she tells him that there are stories about the place and all that stuff. Is it haunted and all that? But we don't get into that just yet. She wants to show him all the stuff because she knows her way around. Anyway, so there we go. She says, "Are you ready?" She presses a button and all the stuff comes on and they start doing their thing. Their cool animatronic. Right, so it's a proper first look we get of them, isn't it, these animatronics? Sometimes the animatronic puppets actually puppeteered by puppeteers from the Jim Henson Creature Shop, which is cool. And I think when they're walking about, when you see them walking about later, they're men in suits and stuff. But sometimes they're just, they're actually puppeteered animatronics. Don't ask me which is which. Anyway, so she's checking them out. That's Freddy Fazbear, that's Chica. Don't ask me any of the other names. I'll say there's one called Foxy, which I think is a bit bashed in. But I don't know what the blue one's called. I can't remember. Anyway, so something goes wrong with them, and they all fail, and sparks come out, and she says, "Oh well, maybe another time." Because she says, "Do you want to dance?" And then a fuse blows or whatever. She says, "Maybe another time." Anywho, right, so he's locking up, and she gives him some advice. Don't let the place get to you. Do your job and get through it. That's what she's saying. So he says, "Okay, thanks." Right, so that's his night 2, I think. What is night 2? Or that night 3? See, I've lost count already. I think that was night 2, wasn't it? I don't know. I forgot. Right, so here's Max and her brother. There's Max waiting. Her brother's there. They're going to go in and smash up the joint. They was going to find a way in. So in he goes. She's going to arrive before very long. So they're smashing the place up. Oh my, he's brought a friend, look, who's also... He says, if you see anything valuable, grab it. Otherwise, just smash it up. So that's what they're doing. They're going to get got. We know they're going to get got. It's obvious. So here we go. There we go. Something's going to grab him. What's going to get him? There we go. It's Chica and whatever that thing's called. I remember seeing that in the game, I must admit. Yeah. Who the hell's that? I have no idea. I don't know. Is he with them? I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. But he's probably going to get got. Meanwhile, Max's brother, does he have a name? Does he have a name, Max's brother? It doesn't really matter because he'd be dead for so long. Jeff. I don't know that other fellow. What? Is he Hank? Could be. I have no idea. Gets into the security room. There we go. He's going to start smashing it up. But first, he sees something. There we go. He sees this fella. Is that Hank? I have no idea. Is it one of his friends, or does he just happen to be there? I don't know. But he's running from something. Look, and he hides in that room. Right, Max has arrived. He's Hank. Hank, Jeff. So obviously with them, so they know the names. So what was the other one? Who was the other one that we saw get got? Oh, about to get got. Maybe he's Carl. But there's no picture there for him. Anywho, so he's hiding in the closet, cupboard, whatever. And then there's the blue one is in there with him. It's not gory, by the way. Although there's some gory things happen in it. There isn't blood everywhere. It's not gruesome or anything like that. But watch something really gruesome happen now. I think we see a bit of blood spray and all that, but we don't see like super gore or guts hanging out and stuff like that. We see the blue thing. He runs off. Why is he running off? Has he got Hank's head in his hand or something? I don't know. There's blood on the door there. I want to know now, because I can't remember. Can't blooming remember. Oh, yeah, there's just seen a robot. So I'm guessing Hank is no more in that closet / cupboard. They're blocking the way out, look. Anyway. They're sending the... I think this happens in the game. I'm sure this in this game. You have to keep an eye on one of the vents, because that little one appears in the vent. I think it does. I could be wrong. But there we go. So it's trying to get to him. But we know he's going to get got. Here comes this other one. Is this the fox that looks done in? I think it is, isn't it? The one that hums. Is it humming? Let's have a listen. It was just being quiet for the jump scare. Never mind. So he's being got. Although a lot of stuff happens off screen, but she's going to get got soon. Oh, she sees a kid. Look, the kid says, "Follow me." He giggles. Says, "Follow me." So he's obviously a ghost kid. I think it's one of the kids that Mike sees in his dream, isn't it? So she follows this kid into this room. And it's the room with the, like a service room for the animatronics. And we're saying, getting warmer. And looks and sees it's Freddy Fazbear. And it keeps saying warmer. And so she stands on the chair to look into the Freddy Fazbear's mouth. And then a hand pops out in a minute and grabs her. Here it comes. Are you ready? I've gone past it, haven't I? Here it comes. There we go. The kid's hand comes out and somehow drags her in. But then we cut to a shadow. So this is probably the goriest thing in the film. But as I said, we see it just as a shadow. She gets bitten in half. Look. Although we see it there. As I said, there's no blood or anything. I don't know what certificate is it. It's still a 15 certificate. I think it could have got away with a 12, to be completely honest. I don't think there's any F-bombs in it. I don't think so. Not that I noticed. And it's not super gory either. So it could have got away with a 12, but it's a 15 certificate. So anyway. I don't know what that is in it. I don't know what it was in America. Would it be an R-rated? I don't know. Or would it be... I'd have thought this was a PG-13 over there. Because it's not gory. Not loads of bad language in it. That's probably the goriest thing in it. But you don't really see anything, do you? Really. It's more implied. But anyway, right. That's not during the night. That's through the day, isn't it? So we're not on night 3 yet, I don't think. She's drawing something. I don't know what that's supposed to be. He's trying to... do nice things for her, and he's got her something from work. It's a Freddy Fazbear badge or something. There we go. But she's not interested, because you know what kids are like, ungrateful brats and all that. So he loses his temper a little bit and puts it in a drawer, and he says, "Look, I'm doing my best." And she hums and ahs like kids do. So he's probably going and punching a wall somewhere. And anyway, she goes. She thinks, "Oh, I better go. I'll go and get it." So she opens the drawer that he put it in, but the drawer sticks and then it falls out. And he comes running in, and says, "You all right?" And she said, I made a mess. But she's found it. That's the drawer where they'd put the... Because, Aunt Jane's trying to get custody of her, put the paperwork in there. So she sees that. Because obviously, I don't think she realises the behind-the-scenes aggro that's going on about her future. Because he's doing his best to look after her. So he's not telling her all what's about Aunt Jane and all that. And now she's saying she hates Aunt Jane because she smells of cigarettes. Anyway, Vanessa arrives and we learn. She says, Freddy was broken into last night, and he's gonna get the blame. It seems. Don't know how, because she saw him locking up. So, but she does say, because while they were there investigating the break-in, they didn't find any bodies, by the way, or blood apparently. But obviously not very good. But maybe she's the only... I don't know. But she might be covering stuff up. Who knows? But she found his little bottle of sleeping tablets is obviously left there. You'd think he'd bring them home, wouldn't he? But she finds those. Say hello. She thinks Abby's his daughter, but it's no, it's my sister and all that. But there we go. So they go for a walk. Let's go for a walk. So they go for a walk to buy a nice housing estate with a house that is either half built or it's half burnt down. I don't know. But anyway. This is where he tells her his sad tale about his brother that were abducted and his mum died. I don't know what of. And then dad that didn't handle it well. We don't know what happened to him. Does it say? Hang on. He's telling about the dreams. That's what he's trying to do with the dreams. Trying to work out the memory. There we go. Our mum died a little while back. It doesn't say how, I don't think. Maybe it does, I don't know. Yeah. And Dad, he couldn't handle it, so... And then they leave it at that. So he run away, or what, I don't know. But we'll guess he ended himself. Right, so... Anyway, so there we go. So he tells her his tale, and she says basically, just watch out, and all that. Actually, chucks his tablets in the canal or whatever it is. Right. So, yes. So he's getting ready for work now for night 4, 3. I forgot what night we're on. For the next night, he's phoning Max to babysit, but remember, Max is no more. She is an ex-Max. She has ceased to be. So she's not answering the phone, obviously. So he's gonna have to take Abby into work with him. So there you go. That's what he's doing. Saying you stay in the office while he's doing his rounds and that. Not that he does many, but you stay in the office. So remember, she wanted to go anyway the previous night or the night before or whenever it was. I can't remember what night we're on. Right, so there we go. So she's set up a little place for her to sleep, and she looks tired anyway. Bless her little heart. Right, so off he goes checking stuff. I see some blood. Sees that creepy thing. Turns it round. So he's cleaning up after the break-in. He's cleaning up after cleaning up all the glass and stuff. There's no bodies or anything. There are bodies. Because we do see them soon, but I'm guessing the reasons why... I can't say. We'll see when we get to it. Right, so he's done that. Now he's having his kip. She's there in the office with him, is Abby. There she is. She wakes up and she looks over and sees Mike asleep, doing his dreaming stuff. And she needs the loo, I think. Says I'll be right back, and next we see she's coming out the restroom, and then does she hear something? I can't remember if she hears something. Let's have a listen.
Hello?
Don't know. Can't remember. But she's drawn to where the animatronics are, and she goes to check them out. Right, he's sleeping again. Talks to one of the kids, and there you go. he's drawn a clue as to what's going on because he's trying to find out. He tells the kid, I'm trying to find out what happened to my brother and all that stuff. Did you see what happened? So he's drawn a clue as that kid. Anyway, Mike wakes up, sees that she's not there. Is Abby. So he goes running in, and we hear her going screaming and all that. So he goes and sees all the animatronics round her. Oh, there we see the fox one that's kind of all battered and bashed in. And he thinks they're getting Abby. And turns round this one and glares at him with its reddish eyes. Goes, oh! But she comes out, there's Abby. He picks up a chair, look. Says, get away from her. But she comes out and says, no, they were tickling me. They wouldn't stop. And I thought we were going to die. So they're her new friends. She's going to introduce them all. So there's Freddy. She's going to introduce them all. Let's have a look. I want you to meet the others. So what we got, I don't know the names. I know there's Chica. Is she going to tell us? Tell us the names, for Christ's sake. Bonnie. Which is Bonnie? Don't know. Oh, that's Bonnie. Bonnie, Foxy and Chica. Right. I don't know what the little cupcake one's called. Maybe it'll tell us. Anyway. So, it says, right, we've got to go then now. Because obviously he's thinking, what's going on? The animatronics are alive. She draws pictures for them because they really like pictures. And we're going to learn that it's not just the animatronics that are alive. They're possessed by the ghosts of the kids that the owner of Freddy Fazbear's, or the fellow that ran it, murdered. And that's why they're alive. The second film is different in that there is ghosts in it again, but it's a different way. It's to do with wireless and all that. But was that a thing in 2002? By the way, this is set in the year 2000. So that's why you don't see like Super 8 technology and stuff and smartphones and all that stuff, because it kind of before that time, wasn't it? I don't know what the best phone they had the year 2000, Nokia or something. Anyway, right. So go home. But that night 4 or that night 3, I've lost track. I should have done a little what they call it, tally thing, shouldn't I? Never mind. So he pops her into bed. I'm guessing, is it Saturday then now? Is it not a school day? Because he puts her into bed. And he sees the drawing she's been doing, and then he realises that she's been drawing, the... and remember, this is before she met him. He says it's them, this is before she met the animatronics. She's been drawing them. So she's been seeing the ghosts of the kids. And that's what he realises. So, anyway, so he goes, we've got to talk about it. And this way he says, are the ghosts? And she says, yes, of course they are. How else could they make the robots move? But we're going to learn that there is more to it than that. Anyway. Right. Anyway, yes, he finds this picture. He says, how did she know about this? It's a picture of his brother being abducted. And, she knows about it. Obviously before her time, but she knows about it. And she says, Mum never really talked about it, but she obviously knows what happened. But, anyway, that's what he's saying. That's when his brother were taken. And it's really hard. And does she know anything? But I don't think she does. Right, so Vanessa's there now at Freddy's. I go, we love the yellow rabbit. Boo, that's the baddies, the yellow rabbit. Vanessa's got a secret as well, by the way. Right, so we're on whatever night 4, night 5, I don't know. Does it say in the plot description? Where are we? Rumty-tum. Just bear with me. I'm sure it said somewhere. I thought it did. Oh, there we go. The third night, when Abby went to work. The fourth night, All right. So this is the fourth night. We're on the fourth night now, right? Oh, crack! It's hard work, isn't it? They've gone into. We had to take it because obviously no sign of Max, so he's taking it into work again. It says that Vanessa's there, so she knows all about it. It says now you know the secret. There we go. Ghost children possessing giant robots. Anyway, so they don't really know what to do, but anyway, so they're gonna have fun or whatever, because they're not out to hurt them, the ghost kids. So there we go. So they're having fun, and but something happens. I see. He goes into this room and sees the inside of one of the animatronics. I think we see a version of this one in the second film, but different. I think. Anyway, we see the inside. They've got like these claws and stuff inside, and they're in there for a reason. There we go. There we go. They're on the older models. They were designed to keep the animatronic parts in place so that a person could safely wear the suit. All right, for walking about, I'm guessing. They tend to be pretty unstable. Yes, we'll see that later. Anywho, so I said, how do you know so much about this? But I think she's letting on, right? Very much. But I think she gets hurt here, does Abby, accidentally. Oh, what happened here? Yeah, there's like a flash, and she gets hurt accidentally. Anyway, she comes round, she's okay, and I'm going to take her home, I think. And Vanessa warns him off. If you bring Abby back here again, I'll shoot you, she says. Anyway, right, so off they go. He's thinking, right, that's it then. And he's got to phone Jane, and she's going to come round and look after Abby. He's basically got to, give in to Jane's demands. There we go. So she's not happy about it, is Abby. There we go. I hate you. She said I hate you to Mike, but she doesn't like him, but that's what she's saying. She goes and scribbles all the pictures of Mike and stuff. She doesn't like him anymore. So anyway, he's off to work. So we're on night 5. But first, he's got to go to get his sleeping pills because she chucked him in the river, didn't she, or the canal or whatever it was. So he's going to get some more from the pharmacy, and he sees what they are. There's the pharmacist, and he says, what I do is I have some warm milk with, I think it's chamomile and honey. Is that what he says? Yes, warm milk, chamomile. And he ignores, just grabs the bag and walks out because it's a bit of an arsehole. And that's what the chemist says, so the pharmacist just grabs it as he's walking out. What an arsehole. And they said that in the second film as well, about somebody, I can't remember who. Probably Mike. Because he is a bit, but he's doing his best. But he's no angel, is he? So he's back at work now. There we go, doing his dreaming, or he will be when he falls asleep. Right, so anyway, the dream changes now, and it's kind of being controlled by the ghost kids. They say that, he says, this isn't how it should be. He says, yes, this is what you want, because his brother's there, not being abducted. And he says, you can be with them all the time. We can make it like this all the time. We've only one thing we want in return. We want Abby. And at first he says yes, okay. But then he changes his mind and says no. Then he says yes. And then changes his mind and says no. I don't want this. I made a mistake. There we go. And it's all going to kick off now. Right, he wakes up. He's in that chair that we saw the other security guard in with the whirring blade face thing, whatever, the saw. I imagine bloody, what's his face? I forgot his name, Jigsaw. What did they call his little fella on his tricycle, that fella? I keep expecting that to come round the corner. You've been bad, Mike. Do you want to play a game? But anyway, so that's whirling blades heading towards him. He manages to get one arm out, and then he manages to switch off the device. Well, not switch it off, but release himself from the device just in time. And There we go. And then as he's on the floor, we see the other bodies. I presume that's Max and I forgot, Jeff. We just see the other bodies and other people. Is that the other? That's the other security guard. His mangled face. Oh, so there's a bit of gore, isn't there? I forgot about that. Don't know what happened to Hank. I don't think we saw Hank, did we? Anyway, so he's being chased now by the animatronics, and but we learn that they can actually leave because one of them's, I think it's Freddy, arrives, or one of them arrives and basically gets Aunt Jane. Abby doesn't want to talk to her, so she says, "Whatever, stay there if you want," because she's not nice. So she's watching TV. There we go. There you see Freddy's there with a top hat on. Look, like the kid. The kid had a top hat in the dream, didn't he? He's there. I don't know what he does to her. I don't think. It doesn't show us. There we go. The ghost kid appears. Says, we're going to Freddy's, and says, "Oh, Aunt Jane went to sleep." But is she dead? I'm not sure. Because you'd think the police would be all over this by the end, or in between films. But I don't think it even mentions it in the second film about all the shenanigans that went on. There'd be a huge investigation, you'd think, but no. I'm guessing Vanessa uses her police powers to brush it all under the carpet. I don't know. But anyway, silly Aunt Jane. So I think, okay, fair enough. She doesn't check on her, she just goes with them. I said, how are we going to get there? Well, how did you get here? So they call a taxi. And this is the other YouTuber who is in the second one briefly. Gets in. Where to, little lady? And then the car goes, ah, and we see that the animatronics got in. Because they always get the weird ones. So it drives him in a taxi to Freddy's. Right, so he wakes up, does Mike, and his injuries are being tended to by Vanessa. Said she found him somewhere. So anyway, so this is where she's going to spill the beans, and we learn that the fella that kidnapped and killed all those other kids were her dad, and all that. And basically, she's been covering for him. How the hell did she become a police officer? I have no idea. But she knows what the ghost kids want. And they want Abby to be with her forever. They don't want to kill her. But we also learn that they're not only ghosts operating the machines. Her dad, William Afton, I think it's Afton, killed the kids and then put their bodies in the machines as well, in the animatronics, so their bodies are in there as well. But anyway, so that's what we're learning here. All the bad things, and she's kind of in with it because it's her dad, and she's basically doing as she's told, and her dad's controlling the ghost kids somehow. They don't know it were him that murdered them. They just see him as the Yellow Rabbit. They've got William Afton, his name. There he is. And he used to wear this as the Yellow Rabbit. Everybody loves the Yellow Rabbit, and even the ghost kids love the Yellow Rabbit, but they don't know it was him that murdered them, apparently. I don't know how, but she knew about that, but she didn't know about Garrett, apparently. Anywho, right. So, they're going to try and sort it out now. So, she gives him a shock stick. Says, we use these for animal control, like electric shock. Says it'll knock out the electrics and the animatronics for a bit. It'll slow them down. And she says you've got on your belt, you've got a couple of tasers as well that he can use. But she says, you'll come with me, and she won't go with him because she says, if I go, I'll be no use to you. I don't know why, but she does turn up at the end. Right, so off he goes for his 5th night at Freddy's. And he says, don't go in the front door. I don't know why, but you got to go in through the vent. And I think, is this the vent that Jeff and all them got in through? I have no idea, but anyway. So he crawls in, and they don't seem to notice him. Anyway, they've taken Abby away to the other room. Pardon me. And they're going to turn her into one of the animatronics. So are they evil, these ghost kids? I don't really know. Are they just doing as they're told by the the yellow rabbit who doesn't seem to have a name? But anyway, I don't know. Because they seem to be doing some pretty evil things, don't they? Anyway, there's those Chica taking her to this other thing, this other place, and alright, he pours water onto the stage. There's Mike, and then zaps them with the taser. Look, knocks them two, knocks Bonnie and Freddy out. Not Freddy. Yeah, Freddy. Yeah. That's the one they're going to put her in. She's going to become this doll, this animatronic. Terrifying, doesn't it? I won't get in there. But anyway, so they're putting her in. But he arrives just in time, zaps Chica, knocks Chica out, and says, "Come on, let's get out of here." He says, "I don't know why they're trying to hurt me." He says, "Because they're doing what the yellow rabbits told them." I love you too, blah, blah, blah. Right, so they've got to get out now, but I think they're going to come across the yellow rabbit any minute now, I think. He gets... he tells us to go hide. There's Foxy. Oh, there we go. There's this one that looks like a muffin, is biting his leg. He zaps that one. She's hiding from Foxy, but the yellow rabbit's going to arrive soon. I think she hides in the ball pool. Comes out, "Abby, where are you?" Right, here comes the yellow rabbit. Here we go. Here it is. And you can tell that there's somebody in that one because just look by the way it moves. And anyway, so he says, he tries zapping him, but it doesn't work. I don't think. But anyway, he says, he takes his beats up Mike a little bit, and then he takes his head off. There we go. He's gonna kill her as well. Right. Right. Vanessa's arrived, saying, "Stop what you're doing." He takes his head off, and we see it's Matthew Lillard. He's William Afton. He's Vanessa's dad. Obviously changed his name. I don't get. That's it. A lot of unexplained things. Not unexplained. I mean, things that aren't explained. So he just became the careers counsellor with a different name. I don't know. I don't know what's gone on, but anyway, so she's threatening to shoot her dad, which she does. She does shoot him. There we go. Shoots him in the side, and he says to Abby, or she says to Abby, or Mike says to Abby. Somebody says to Abby, "Tell him it was the yellow rabbit that killed you." And the only way she can do that is through a drawing, because you see they think this drawing's nice. The yellow rabbit, they're all holding hands, being happy. So she does a drawing and will show them what really happened. Does a drawing of the yellow rabbit killing them. Meanwhile, he's got hold of Vanessa and he stabs her in the guts with his big knife while she draws a picture really quick. But she's, "I won't let you hurt her," and so she gets stabbed, not to death. There we go. She puts the picture up on the bulletin board. There it goes. Puts the picture up on the bulletin board, and somebody flicks the lights, the things. But the electric's on. We see the lights are working and stuff, but whatever. And they see. There we go. They see the picture of the yellow rabbit killing them as kids. So why couldn't you just tell them? Why don't you just say it was him that killed you? So go and get him. Now the goodies. Now I don't get it. It don't make a huge amount of sense. But anyway, so they're gonna go get him. Somehow they can control the spiky things that are inside the suits. So they start stabbing him inside. It's not a good design, is it? To be honest, it shows it there. Look, it's gonna start stabbing him. So he's gonna get basically crushed to death inside his own suit. He puts his helmet back on, or his head, should I say? And they drag him off. His lights go out, and is he dead? Probably, I don't know. But they drag him off, and they get out of there, and the roof collapses and stuff. It don't burn down or anything, but they drag off William Afton. All right, you. What you up to? What you up to, you? They drag him off, and that's the end of him. And then we fade in to Abby's back at school, and she's doing really well now for some reason. She's got over the ordeal, and now she's doing well. And the teacher says, "Whatever you're doing, just carry on doing it." And he goes, "Okay." So they're going home, and what do you want for dinner? Spaghetti or pizza? She says, "Both. Can't have both. I want spaghetti with meatballs then." But they're going to make a quick stop at the hospital. I don't know how much time's passed, by the way. I mean, it must be, a fair bit of time. But we see that Vanessa's in a coma in hospital. She only got stabbed in the gut. We see that she gets stabbed in the gut, but she's in a coma in hospital. And so he's there saying, when you wake up, we'll be here for you. You were there for me and Abby, and when you wake up, we'll be there for you. So, right. So off they go back home, and she misses her friends. She says, "Will I ever see him again?" And he says, "I don't really know, but you never know what's going to happen." So then we leave them talking, happy things. What happened with Jane? Aunt Jane, is she dead? What happened to the body? I don't know. Have they buried her in garden? I've no idea. But then we go back to Freddy's and to the we see the ghost kid. And we see that William Afton's still in there. Is he dead? Is he a ghost now? Trapped in that suit? I don't know. But he can't seem to move. They'll shut him in that room. And the film ends. So there we go. I don't know how much time passes between I think 2 years or something maybe pass. I'm not sure. Between this film and the second film. Vanessa's fine. Don't worry. She's in it as well. We've got all the same characters, more or less, in the second film. But it's not a bad film. I do like it, although it is a little bit confusing about some of the stuff. I suppose it's a case of don't overthink it. But you think there'd be a massive police investigation, wouldn't you? All these people have gone missing. They're witnesses to all these hideous crimes. But they could blame it on William Afton / I forgot his name, Steve Ragnall, whatever he were called, the careers chap. I say, he's still in there. He's in that suit to the police, the state police or the FBI or whatever. And same, with Aunt Jane. She just knocked out. He said she went to sleep. So was she knocked out? So I don't know. I don't know what's happening. She ain't even in. I don't think she's even in the second one. Is Aunt Jane? Don't even mention her. I don't think. But apart from that, it's a fun flick. It is a fun flick. I did like it. We get a mid-credit scene with the taxi driver. Somebody's tapping on his window, and he says, "No, I'm off duty." And then they keep tapping. Then they look round, and there we go. He sees that that whatever that thing's called. I don't know. Does it say what it's called? Is it? No, it doesn't say there. Does it say in this one? Bear with me. I'm seeing it. I don't know what that one's called. Is it just called Balloons? Is that what it's called? I don't know. Sorry, I'm just trying to find this. No, it doesn't say, but never mind. It sees that. So that's out and about. But that's it. That's how the film ends. But we get towards the end of the film, toward the end of the credits. We don't see anything, but we hear something. We hear a voice that's like a computerised voice. Here we go. That's spelling out something. In a minute. Oh, for God's sake, he's going to do it. Like a speak and spell. We hear that. It spells out, "Come find me." And in the second film, there is a speak and spell, like a Freddy Fazbear's themed speak and spell thing. So that's obviously a link to the second film. And spoilers, there is a link between this film and, obviously it's all the same characters, but we see something at the end of the second film that's in this, but makes you think there's going to be a third film, and the return of William Afton. But that's for the third film if they do it. But anyway, that's the end of the first one, Five Nights at Freddy's. I did enjoy the film. It could have been a bit more gruesome, I think. to be honest. But apparently there isn't a gorier cut of it. The directors said, there's no director's cut with more blood and stuff like they did with Megan. Megan had a slightly more gory cut, didn't it? But anyway, so that's the end of Five Nights at Freddy's, which is a decent flick, I must admit. A little bit too long. It's like an hour and 50 minutes. It's a bit too long. It should be like an hour and a half. But never mind. It goes by, at a fair old clip. It's not too bad at all. And the second film's not bad either. If you can, if you want to pay out for it, it's on Amazon. There are other ways to watch it, but never mind. I would never suggest you do that. Right, so we'll leave it there. Go and watch it. It's on. You can rent and buy it on YouTube. The Blu-ray and whatever's available. I can't recommend the games because I'm not a fan because of this particular game. I didn't know what to do. It could be on Peacock. I mean, it came up with Peacock at the beginning, didn't it? So it might be. I don't know. I think in my description I've got a link to like the justwatch.com site. That tells you all the streaming options on there. So you can check that out to find out where it is. Right, so what's coming up next? What day on Friday? On Monday. Sorry, Princess, I've just got to reach round it. Where is it? Sorry. Don't want to knock her off back of my chair. On Monday, for Magnificent Mondays next week, we're doing The Poseidon Adventure, the original one, The Poseidon Adventure from 1972, I think. Great film. That's what we're doing next Monday, which oddly enough, which I didn't realise at the time, I've seen it a few times, but it didn't twig that it's actually quite topical for the time of year, because I think it's it's set at New Year's, isn't it? So there we go. But that was just a coincidence, a happy coincidence. So that's next Monday, and I don't know what I'm doing next Friday. I haven't decided. Right. So we'll leave it there. So thanks, Wingrace. That's all. Wingrace, the only person that's popped in today. Everybody else must be busy or hate me. So we'll leave it there. Nobody's chatted on Rumble, and not even a stream boo on Twitch. Right, so we'll leave it there. So, thanks for watching, wherever you are. Hang on, let me get sorted here. Right. Thanks for watching, wherever you are. Look after each other, and until next time, I'll say there. Don't have nightmares. I'll say there.